Thanks to War Thunder for sponsoring this video, more on them later. Here we are, 2 years later since the release of Dying Light 2, and man, a lot has changed over the last few months leading up to this moment. New survivor missions are here, Toga and Fatim have finally returned in a few days, but more importantly, guns are finally here. Arguably, one of the most requested community features has been added into Dying Light 2, once again showing Techland's dedication and commitment to listening to community feedback. They added in a pistol, an SMG, an assault rifle, and also a damn new shotgun too. The shotgun is actually pretty damn brutal, and honestly, the gun implementation is a massive highlight of this update. I think starting out with these 4 weapons was a solid choice. It hits each type of playstyle. If you want a weapon to kind of get you started, something you can use to run and gun, the pistol and SMG, they got you covered. The assault rifle is perfect for those who want a bigger impact with greater accuracy and range. Hey, pay attention. Stop looking at the comments, okay? I'm gonna put on some shoes too. The guns themselves are seriously a great addition to Dying Light 2. Editor, play the Star Spangled Banner, please. And I know this is going to appease so many of you in the community. I mean, just look at that player count. More people playing right now than the all-time peak of that garbage Suicide Squad game. It's safe to say that people like the Dying Light 2 Chicago update. The guns feel great, their damage numbers and range also good. Their accuracy, I'm not really one to judge too much here because honestly, this gameplay right here could be me just having a skill issue. Curious to hear your thoughts on that though. But the gunplay in Dying Light 2 is pretty much in line with industry norms. What you would expect modern games to look like with the guns in them is exactly what this is, so bravo to Techland for nailing it here. The reload animations are great as well here, and I hope that guns are something they continue to expand later on in the future. Side note, I would love to see Titanfall 2 inspired mechanics in here with wall running and shooting your pistol at the same time, but that's a conversation for later. But put a pin in the whole gun conversation, okay? We'll come back to the Second Amendment in just a moment, because February 2024 is the time to celebrate the 2-year anniversary of Dying Light 2, and it's also my birthday. Today's my birthday right now. You are legally required to subscribe so I can hit 100K right now. Another year older, another year has passed, and we still don't have a single word on the Nintendo Switch version of this game. But jokes aside, 2023 was an interesting year for Dying Light 2. It had some really awesome and exciting updates added in, and then some that weren't so well received. It had a month of review bombing, PR disaster after disaster. I mean, someone made a 200-page document about all the cut content in Dying Light 2. Woo! By the way, get this video to 10,000 likes in 2 weeks if you want me to cover that. Ambitious goal because I know that video is going to be like 2 hours long. But blatant self-promotion aside, there was a lot riding on this anniversary update. Expectations were incredibly high. I mean, Techland turned February into an anniversary month. So how did they deliver with this update? The recent anniversary update did add in a lot of community requested features, but was also criticized a little bit as it was delayed by over 2 weeks. The game's major anniversary update came out not on its anniversary, which was interesting. So Techland kind of pivoted to saying that February was going to be a month of celebrations, and then we got that. Probably delayed it so they had more time fine-tuning guns, which is understandable, but I think we can all agree that a product is best released once it's polished and finished, but that does lead to expectations that are much higher. You can delay a product all you like, remember the day before, but if it's not working and functioning on day 1 as intended, there are some issues there, and the fallout that comes afterwards is entirely because of your own doing. That said, I am like 90% satisfied with this update. A majority of this video will be me talking about what I loved, but that 10%, my God, I have ran into so many death loop bugs, so many glitches and errors. I'll randomly teleport around, I die over and over. Some missions, they never start or they never end. The update added in a lot of great, but these issues seriously knocked off some points for me. It's just frustrating at times to be fighting with the game that you simply just want to play. No! No! But despite all of these issues, I think the joy and entertainment I got from other various elements of this update significantly outweigh the bad. And I want to tell you about every single thing I liked about this update right after a quick message from our sponsor. But before we do proceed, this video would not be possible without the help of today's sponsor, War Thunder. War Thunder is the most comprehensive vehicle combat game ever made. With over 2,500 different tanks, planes, helicopters, and ships, you can immerse yourself into the intense combat that is War Thunder. My favorite aspect of this game is how incredibly detailed each and every single vehicle is here. And this whole world right here is waiting for you to conquer it. You can join a community of over 70 million players in epic PvP battles today, all available on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox, all for free. You can do so by using the link down below in the description or in the pinned comment. Signing up today will give you a massive bonus pack of multiple premium vehicles, Eagle of Valor Decorator, 100,000 Silver Lions, and a 7 days of a premium account. This is all for new and returning players that haven't played for at least 6 months. It's all available for a limited time right now, so act quickly. Use the link down below. Again, thank you so much to War Thunder for sponsoring this video. Let's get back to it now. Now, of course, guns are the major focus, but I need to quickly give praise and appreciation where it's due. In the past, myself and many people in the community have heavily criticized Techland for its copy-paste use of assets throughout the open world and also the lighting. In my Dying Light 1 versus Dying Light 2 video, I pointed out that virtually almost every single metro station has the exact same layout. With the bed, cabinets, and toilets all in the same spot, they all look pretty similar to one another. You can almost say that they are a one-to-one copy in some instances. Well, in this update, they took that feedback to heart and overhauled almost all of the safe houses, each one now establishing its own identity. And fuck, this is the shit I like to see. I don't know what other developer would do this type of updates to their game. Serious brownie points here. Additionally, they also overhauled various components of their open world and their textures, making it look more realistic and one of a kind. What we had criticized them before in the past has been vastly improved here. Little textures that you normally wouldn't think twice about were upgraded here. Holy shit! Another change Techland made was updating the zombie face models and bodies. We had criticized the game for having NPCs that are repeats of one another, and this last update literally introduced new faces, new infected stages, and I cannot applaud them enough for doing this. This right here is an absolute incredible change and a huge plus for attention to detail. I think these small changes, in addition to everything, seriously shows how committed Techland is here. And if you agree, comment down below. Thank you, Techland, with the smiley face. I'm gonna go and read every single comment and heart the ones that I see there, and if you don't, I'm gonna break into your house. But now, they also updated the lighting too. They updated the foliage system, added in more environmental storytelling, made improvements to cars, hair quality, water, and so much more. The changes in here are super appreciated. However, it is still lacking that dynamic feeling that is found in the original Dying Light. Hopefully, as time goes on, that gets addressed as soon as possible, but the changes that were made in here was a massive positive step in the right direction. So kudos to Techland for this. The biggest Dying Light 2 critic is finally happy. Cat emoji, cat emoji, cat emoji. Now, my biggest worry for this update was going to be the story and the quests associated with the implementation of guns in Dying Light 2. Because we do have to remember, when this game was originally launched, there were no plans at all to add in guns. The entire story was centered around guns being exiled and vanished from society here. They were all confiscated. Even the franchise director said that the story was written this way. However, as there was a growing support for guns over time from the community, Techland kind of backpedaled and found a way to use some narrative loopholes to ensure that they can insert guns into the game without much complication. And honestly, I went into this with the lowest expectations possible and was quite surprised. We actually got a quest with new cutscenes, new characters, and dialogue. You see, prior to this update, the bar was so incredibly low that just an update adding in a new quest was quite shocking to the community. Mainly because we aren't used to this type of content being added into the game. And the quest was actually pretty good and straightforward. Now, I won't dive into any spoilers here, but everything made sense. It's not like the guns are miraculously here. There was an interesting enough storyline to keep you going. You were basically racing against others to have the guns be put in good hands. You don't want your enemies to have this power in Villador. However, there are a few story moments where you're just like, what the f was that? The dialogue could be quite cringy at times. There was one moment, and if you watch my live stream, you know exactly what I'm going to say. It just catches you so off guard. You go and talk to this one woman who you know for literally a minute. You do a little fetch quest, and then this happens.
Just give me the code.
You know how long it took me?
Even if you don't like me.
Maybe I do like you.
Hey!
Maybe I keep you talking.
Woo!
I lean on one foot,
Sheesh.
hip cocked, play with my hair. We share a laugh. Now I'm sitting beside you. We've talked for hours. It's awkward.
What the fuck?
Then it's passionate. In the morning, I surprise myself. I don't tell you to fuck off. But inevitably, because of the world we live in, I lose you. You think I don't like you. Please.
What the fuck was that? But again, those are nitpicks. I thought I missed something and this cutscene just felt like a fever dream to me. In this update also came the mission board and a new agent, Jai? Jay. He's the one that helps you navigate through the new quest, and he ultimately becomes the one to assist with distributing ammo and getting your hands on the new gun. Now, Jay's involvement is where things start to get a little bit controversial. His involvement goes hand in hand with the survivor missions that we mentioned earlier, the mission board. Survivor missions are these repeatable activities that you can do solo or with friends in order to obtain reputation, loot, and additional gear. And some of these missions are so ridiculous if you're playing alone, but overall, I do actually quite enjoy them. I believe there's going to be 9 missions total, slowly being rolled out over the next few weeks, and one of the missions will introduce Toga and Fatim, which will be quite exciting. But I think this goes well with something I mentioned in a previous video. Tech1 gave us new tools and abilities, aka guns, alongside these new missions. I believe the new missions are more enjoyable because of our new arsenal. However, I think if they were implemented by themselves as a standalone update without guns, the charm of survivor missions just wouldn't be there. But because you and the boys can load in together, play some fun missions with your Second Amendment right, it's quite refreshing and entertaining. The controversial aspect to this update is with Jay and his bounties. The bounties and missions currently offer very little reputation, and in order to unlock new guns, different weapons, you need to level him up in order to obtain it. However, the bounties that he has offer such little XP. So for example, if you go and do every single thing he has to offer for a week, the most that you can progress is 3 levels, assuming you don't exploit your game to, you know, skip time. He has a little bit of a grind to him, which does come off as a little bit tedious, extremely long, and unnecessary compared to some of the other agents. For comparison, thank you Aussie GG, in 1 week you could level up a normal agent 19 times, but like I said, when compared to him, you can only do it 3. I do think when it comes to Jay, he should take a little bit longer to progress through the levels, but this is not the way to do it. I think it would be perfectly reasonable for a player to achieve at least 1 level per day, not 3 in a week. That's kind of ridiculous. But aside from that, the Firearms update was honestly incredible. There are just a certain number of things that do need some fine tuning, but overall, I am quite satisfied with this update. Some other things I failed to mention: they added in a new Renegade variant, more nocturnal weapons, and also more legend levels. All great things for endgame players and new players to go ahead and enjoy. This update seriously is a great step in the right direction for Dying Light 2 in its future, and it washed out that bad taste that was the Year of the Dragon event, which I know so many of you did enjoy. Honestly, I don't want to get into this event. This event suffered from the same issues as previous event. It's quite lackluster, mainly a placeholder to buy more time for the Firearms update. Looking back and reflecting at all the updates that we got, Good Night, Good Luck, the Gut Feeling update, the Winter Tales in 2023, not 2022, Jesus Christ, Gear Transmog, and plenty more, they really nail it at times, but sometimes the direction of this game does seem a little bit rocky. Adding in Firearms was easily the most requested feature for fans of the series, and it was something that Tech1 abided by, going as far as altering storylines and different story beats in favor of satisfying the community. I admire that. One question that I constantly found myself asking throughout the months and the years was whether all of their efforts were worth it. Efforts from the community and efforts from Tech1 themselves. We have all been working together to try to get Dying Light 2 to a better place, and sometimes we questioned if it was worth it. I was always asking, is it worth Tech1 to try to fix up Dying Light 2, or should they just cut up their losses and move on to something new, whether it's Dying Light 3 or beyond? And I think after this update, sticking with Dying Light 2 was the right choice for them. They're in it for the long haul, and after this incredible update, I'm quite excited to see what they do with Nightmare difficulty, tower raids, and of course, DLC 2. I think 2024 may actually be the year for Dying Light 2. It did have a pretty rocky 2023. The community within Dying Light has always been a shining star to me, and it's great to be surrounded by so many individuals who all share the same love and passion for this game and franchise. We all voice our concerns and criticism genuinely because we want to see this game succeed. We want it to be as unforgettable as the original and have it leave a long-lasting impact to other generations like it did for so many of us years ago. This franchise has given me so many memories, opportunities, and I've met a countless amount of amazing people because of it. It will forever hold a special place in my heart. Ladies and gentlemen, while things may be rocky at times, 2 years later, I know that I can always count on you, so this one is for you, okay? Thank you all so much for the memories and great laughs I've had over the years. I hope you enjoy this. Epilepsy warning, so if you're sensitive to light and a lot of flashing, you could probably click off this video now. But with that said, good night and good luck. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Good night, good luck, get
Right, let's do this thing. If this is it for me, I'm not going down alone.
Again, thank you so much to War Thunder for sponsoring this video. Don't forget to play it for free on PC, PlayStation, or Xbox right now by using my link down below in the description or in the pinned comment. New and returning players that haven't played in the last 6 months will also receive a massive bonus pack across all platforms, including multiple premium vehicles and other goodies. It's all available for a limited time, so don't miss out. And with all that said, I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.